Hi everyone. So, in this video, what I'm going to be covering is I'm going to be covering a new topic called Euler's Method. And the idea behind that is, let's say we had a curve. We don't actually know the equation of that curve. Let's say it's some weird curve like this, and we don't know what the actual equation is. What we do have is a starting point. Let's say we had this starting point right here, which we're going to call x1 and y1. And I wanted to approximate what this point over here is. What we can do is we can approximate it using this method known as Euler's method. So what we do is, this is assuming that we know the differential equation. So this is when we know the differential equation, whatever that is. So what we can do is we can say, okay, at this point here, the tangent would have an approximate gradient of a certain amount, because we can just sub that into this differential equation over here. So that's how we work out that the gradient should be roughly like 3 or something like that. If we don't know the actual equation of the curve, what we can do is we can approximate, like in little steps. We can say, okay, the next point should be roughly here. It might not be exactly, the actual point will be here, but the approximate one will be here. Then what we can do is we can look at what the gradient would be at that point. And if the gradient might go up like a bit like this, then we say, okay, we've approximated another point over here. And we can just continue this idea of finding points through the gradient, approximations of it, till we eventually get up to the x value that we want, and we've got an approximate y value sorted. Now, this sounds a bit weird. I'm sure that it might not make complete sense right now, so I think the best thing to do is to sort of look at it in terms of a question. But let's write out the formula first. This is assuming that we have same equal steps, which we're going to call h. So h is the step in x value until we get to that final point that we want. So let's say we wanted to find the ith point, xi, is going to equal the previous point plus the step across. Meanwhile, the y-coordinate will be the previous y-coordinate plus h times the differential equation of the previous point. So with all this in mind, this is all you really need to know. And I know that this still might not make complete sense right now, and that is why we're going to go through a question that hopefully should put this into a bit more context. So let's say that we had a differential equation. dy on dx is equal to e to the x plus 1, and I give you that y of 0 equals 1. If I said I wanted to find y of 0.5 using 2 equal steps, well, find approximately y of 1. So I'm going to change it to estimate. So let's say I want to estimate y of 0.5 using 2 equal steps. What that means is, okay, we can create a table. X, xi, yi, and the differential equation. So our first coordinate we got was x is 0, y is 1. And let's find the differential equation at that point. It should be, let's go to our calculator. I'm going to just put in, we're going to sub in this into here. So it's going to be shift e to the 0 plus 1, which should be 2. So we've got our differential equation is 2. So we wanted to find y of 0.5 using 2 equal steps. So that means we are going from 0 to 0.5. So 2 equal steps would be if we had 0.25 as our next number and then 0.5 as our final x coordinate. Now to find y, so that was x. We went up and the step number is h, is 0.25. Because we're going up by 0.25 in each step till we get to our final coordinate that we want. Now, the y-coordinate is going to be the previous y-coordinate, which is 1, plus the step size, which is h, so 0.25, times the differential equation of the previous one, which is 2. Then we're going to put that in our calculator. So 1 plus 0.25 times the differential equation, which is 2, and we get 1.5. Now with that in mind, now that we have 0.25 as our x-coordinate and our y-coordinate, we can sub that all in over here to get our new differential equation for that point. So we're going to have e to the power of 0.25 plus 1. And we should get roughly 2.284. I realize in hindsight I should have made this one a lot bigger, a lot wider, but I'll do that in the next question. Now, the next coordinate is when we have it x equals 0.5, we now need to find the new y-coordinate. So what we do is we do the previous coordinate, 1.5, plus the step size, which is 0.25, times the differential equation of the previous one, which is 2.284. And then that should all approximately equal to, let's put that in the calculator, 1.5 plus 0.25 times, and what I can do is I can just put shift answer, because that is the previous part. And we get 2.071 roughly. So I'm going to bump this up just so I can fit it all in here. 2.071. And now all we got to do is, now that we have our coordinates, we need to put that in for the y dash, but then I realized we don't actually need to do it because we're not doing any further steps. So because this is our final step, we don't need this, we only need the differential equation of this section for the next step that we do. But because this is it, we can leave it at that. So therefore, y of 0.5 is approximately equal to 2.071. Now, this still might not have completely sunk in, so I think the best way to demonstrate this is through repetition. So let's do another question that is also a bit trickier. Okay. The next question I'm going to give is, let's say that dy on dx is equal to x cosine y, and we know that 0, 0 is a coordinate. I want to say find y of 2 using step size 0.4. So that means, let's write that all out. So we have xi and yi, which I'm going to leave a lot more space for now, and then dy on dx. So xi, the starting point we've been given is 0. So we're going to put that in, 0, 0. Now for the subsequent points, we're going up by 0.4. So that should be 0.4, 0.8, 1.2. Let's keep it going on the next page. 1.6, and then 2.0, or just 2. So now that we have all of our x coordinates done, we now need to work out our y coordinates. So let's go back to our fundamental idea. We know that the subsequent y point is going to be the previous one, so 0 plus the previous point times the step size, plus 0.4, the step size, times the differential equation of the previous thing. So we haven't written that down yet, so let's write that down. So we know that for the first differential equation, it's going to be, so we sub in 0 into here, 0 into here, so 0 cosine 0 should be 0. So that means it's going to be 0 plus 0.4 times 0, which is 0. Now let's do the next dy on dx. So we know that that's going to be 0.4 times cosine 0, which if you put in your calculator, you should get 0.4. So now with all that in mind, let's do the next step. So it's going to be the previous y coordinate, so 0 plus the step size, which is 0.4, times dy dx of the previous part, which is 0.4, which is approximately equal to 4 times 0.4 should be 1.6, 0.16. There we go. Now to do dy on dx, we got to sub in these points into the equation to solve. So dy on dx is 0.8 times cosine 0.16. And it's probably not going to be a unique number. It is not. So it's going to be 0.78978. Now let's go to 1.2. So we're going to have For the next y coordinate, it's going to be the previous coordinate, 0.16, plus the step size, 0.4, times dy and dx in the previous part, which is 0.78978. And that's all going to approximately equal to, let's put that in the calculator, 6 plus 0.4 times 0. Well, I'm just going to put answer because that is the previous part. And we're going to get 0.47591. As you can observe, I'm putting a lot more significant figures than necessary. And that's just because when you do these things, you want to put as many as possible, just because at the end you want to round. If you round too early, it might not come out correctly. Okay, now let's do the next dy and dx. So it's going to be x cosine y, so we're going to be subbing in x, 1.2, and this for y. So 1.2 cosine, and luckily enough, that's our y value, so I can just put in cosine answer. And it's definitely not going to be neat, and it is very much not. So it's going to be 1.0666499. Leave it at that. Now, next y coordinate is going to be the previous one, 0.475913, plus the step size, 0.4, times the previous dy and dx. As you can see, these numbers are not pretty at all. And that's okay. That's just what you have to do. So, now we're going to have 0.475913, 3 plus 0.4 times 1. I'll just put answer because that's the thing there. And we're going to get 0.902573. Okay, now we can put that all in for our dy and dx. So dy and dx is x, which is 1.6, cos of the y, which is that answer there. And we're going to get 0.991348, roughly. Now, finally, to get our final coordinate, it's the previous y coordinate, 0.902573 plus the step size, 0.4 times the previous dy and dx, which is 0.991348. Putting that all in, so 0.902. 573 plus 0.4 times 0.991348. We're going to get 1.299, roughly 2991211. Therefore, now we can round to three significant figures. Y of 2 is approximately equal to 1.23, and there we go. So that concludes my coverage on how to do Euler's methods. This is also the end of the chapter for differential equations. In my next video, I'm going to be covering sort of some more complicated applications of differential equations, as well as more practically applying them to stuff like vectors. So I'll catch you all in the next video.